And yo, my people, then we are live in the place. We are live, and this is for the player ratings for the Chelsea versus Southampton game yesterday in the Premier League, which Southampton won 1-0. It's a player ratings video. I'm gonna have to start with Kepa Arrizabalaga. And Kepa, good performance from you. One of the very few people who I can do player ratings videos on, and if I'm honest, you don't have any faults. You helped us stay in the game because we easily could have conceded a lot more goals if you didn't make certain saves and position yourself very well. And for me, my rating for you, I'm definitely gonna have to give you a I'm definitely have to give you a 6.5 because you had a decent performance. I'll be real, you had a 6.5 performance, 7 performance, and to everyone who's also enjoying the video, appreciate it, and leave your comments in the comment section. But yeah, Kepa, good game from you. No, I can't say anything bad about you if I'm going to be honest. I can't. You've had a very good performance and you've been one of our stand-up performers this whole season. So big you up. Then we have right back Aspilicueta. And Aspi, I hope you're doing well because you got a nasty head injury yesterday. So I really hope that you're doing fine and that you've come out of hospital and yeah, that you will be able to be in the squad at some point in the future because you are the leader and you are the captain of this team and we need your leadership. We do. But yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, we had a lot of chances that fell to you. You had one where Datro Fofana, you combined well with Datro, you had a shot into the side netting. Not only after that, but you had another chance as well where you found yourself in the box numerous of times to get shots. You hit a shot wide. Yeah, like a lot of the chances were falling to you. You had at least 2 or 3 shots in the game, and just none of them were on target. And then you get your nasty head injury as well. And not only that, but you gave away the foul as well that gave James Ward-Prowse the advantage or the chance to score the free kick. We're going to be honest, there was no need to make the challenge there. There was no need. You know that we can't be giving away fouls in that in like within 25 yards because James Ward-Prowse, arguably the greatest free kick taker in Premier League history. Anyhow he gets in that range, it doesn't matter who's in goal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great you've ever been. If James Ward-Prowse decides that, yep, I'm going to put that in the net, he's going to put that in the net. It was so... that challenge there changed everything because even right now a draw is way better than a loss. We shouldn't have allowed ourselves to lose. We should have always tried to get the win. But if we at the end of this day said, oh yeah, we've drawn another game with Southampton, as bad as it is, we'd have gained a point. And that's just the facts of it. That's just the facts of it. For me, it's just not good enough. And at that point, to have Aspilicueta do these things, yeah, man, it's not ideal. The captain doing that, yeah, man, he was bound to suffer. And the backline as a whole just didn't look comfortable in the first half. Just didn't look comfortable. But yeah, Aspilicueta, I'm gonna have to give you a 4. I didn't feel like you had a good performance at all. I'm gonna be so honest. Then we have Kalidou Koulibaly, and Koulibaly, I don't necessarily agree with the fact that obviously, actually no, based on the rules, you did win the ball, but the follow through, you got your studs up, you got booked in the first 4 minutes. Dealing with that big 6'7" striker, it wasn't ideal either, but you didn't look calm on the ball or anything like that. I'm going to be so honest. When you played against Dortmund, I was thinking, yeah, maybe this is the turnaround because you've had good performances, not very consistent good performances. You've had good performances nonetheless in this season. Against Southampton, it wasn't the case. You look shaky, unreliable, and it was just absolutely just not good enough. That's why you got taken off at half time. Because when we've been playing our best continuously in defense, Thiago Silva has been there to guide you. And I feel like without him, it's long. It's long. Because even without Thiago Silva, Badia Shaw in this team, he could still do well if Thiago Silva isn't on the pitch. Hence why in the second half, we did play a lot better defensively as well. But Koulibaly, it's just another game where I'm just saying, yeah, you need to do a whole lot better. In my opinion, you actually have to do a whole lot better. And my rating for you, I'm gonna have to give you three. Actually, I give you a four as well. I give you a four. And then Badia Shaw, that first half, man, I can't lie, bro, you look shaky. Especially with the fact that you and Shaw are on the same left-hand side, the cohesion, the togetherness which weren't there. You would make a pass and you guys are not reading each other. You're not reading each other. You're not doing things correctly. We're not moving together. It was a lot of individuals in the defense. People coming out to do what they think is best. Honestly, it just wasn't good enough. Badia Shaw in the first half, it weren't. The second half, Brang on Wesley Fofana, the defense improved a lot more. The team improved a lot more. People are going to say that, oh, yeah, it's down to individual brilliance. But if we're going to be honest, how can we talk about individual brilliance in the defense when if we didn't concede that free kick, Southampton wouldn't have scored. If we're going to be honest, they wouldn't have scored. But it will always get looked at that Graham Potter isn't doing things right. The defense, he's made the defense. I'm not saying he's made it a whole lot better, but he definitely hasn't made the defense worse. Kepa Arrizabalaga has been having his best fine form this whole season while Potter's been here. But Potter will never get credit for that. Bearing in mind, Kepa was absolutely dog shit throughout the majority of the last 3 years. We could have never been able to call upon him to be as good as he's been consistently this season. We couldn't at all. So it's like, where is this? The cohesion in defense, but I've just got sidetracked off Badia Shaw. Yeah, the first half, not ideal. Second half, you played better. You tried to create a chance on the front foot. I like it, but that doesn't mean that it was good enough. I'm going to give you a 5 overall. And then we have Chua. And Chua, you didn't look that great. You didn't look that great. There was a chance where you tried to put the ball in. It was a poor cross. Defensively, you weren't doing well at all in the first half. On the left hand side, you're there making fouls, even though the referee, you've literally done what the other Southampton player did. The Southampton player grabbed you, pulls you down, and we got the foul. Did it the same thing to them after. Like the defense performance overall in the first half was absolutely shambolic, and it was absolutely poor because there was no cohesion, no togetherness. And for me, the fact that Reece James and Thiago Silva isn't in defense, and we see this as much as uncohesiveness as we've ever had in the defense during probably this whole entire season, when we've had nearly all of our best defenders play, just ain't good enough. It ain't. Fouls get given away. We're allowing guys to double team us. I honestly just don't understand why we had to play so bad in the first half. I honestly don't. Attacking wise, I could understand it because we made a lot of changes. In the defense, though, we have experienced people. There shouldn't be any excuses for the way the defense played. Allowing Southampton to be on us outside of our box. They had literally like 6 men on the corner, and we are literally just having about 3 men jogging, not sprinting, not doing enough. We didn't. In the first half, they were much better than us in the first half. So it's like, why? Why does it have to be like this? It's just one of those games. It's literally one of those games, and it's one of those seasons. It's why this Premier League season is a shambles. There ain't nothing that can save us. The amount of times that we could have nearly had a goal to get cleared off the line, like literally there's no luck on the side. There's no luck on our side. Injuries, no luck on our side. Like, it's peak. It is so peak. But yeah, man, like I said, Badia Shaw, I gave him a 5. Chilwell, I'll give you a 4.5 because I feel like you should have done way better. You didn't play close enough to how good you normally could play. I'm gonna give you a 4.5. I was just not impressed. Honestly, I just weren't. And now we're gonna move on to the midfield. Enzo Fernandez. The midfield got run. The midfield got run by Southampton midfield. Like all over the pitch, the team looks like a team. We looks like we had individuals. Enzo can only do so much. He wins a lot of tackles, makes a lot of ball recoveries, plays a lot of forward passes, but until we get more defensive cover next to him, it's peak. There's only so much he can do. There's only so much he can do because he's literally getting used to the league. I want people to tell me how many great players come to the league and just hit the ground running straight away. Because I'm not saying he's been bad. He hasn't been. He's been good. But yesterday's performance will take down the notch a little bit because we got bullied in the midfield and he's a part of the midfield. So it's like, oh, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And I honestly just didn't understand. Like Kovacic as well. Oh my days, Kova. You are a part of like Kovacic, yellow cards. Honestly, like the way we're playing, you're trying to do things, but you was also there trying to take shots away from Dacho and Fofana. Like, I really don't get it. You didn't play good at all. And this is the reason why that if we have a team, Kante will have to be next Enzo because I feel like Enzo plays a lot more better than you. You dribbling, that's what you do best. But a lot of the other times, you can't do too much defensively. You can't. And that's where we're lacking. Against the bottom of the table, using the midfield where we're getting run around. Like, it's just not good enough. It ain't. A lot of the blame will go on Potter as well. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve blame because he messed up in this game. But damn, man, the midfield with you and Enzo, you should have been doing better. You should have. You should have been doing way better. But the usual thing happens. Like, people just go missing and it's just dead. It's just dead. And I said, Enzo Fernandez, I need to give you like a 4. I need to give you a 4 because you just weren't good enough in midfield. Second half was way better, fair enough. Actually, I can't even give him a 4 actually. I'll give you a 5.5 because in the second half it was way better. But yeah, that first half was just abysmal. Kovacic, I'll give you the same thing. I'll give you a 5.5 because yeah, the first half was abysmal. Second half we played better, much better. It was easy the better team. It was on the front foot a lot more. But yeah, it's too little, too late. The first half performance is the reason why we end up losing the game. So yeah, man. I give you guys a 5 each, and then Noni Madueke on the right hand side. Yeah, man. It's techie still. It's techie still. Noni Madueke, you are direct, and I feel like if you were playing with Reece James, you could have done a lot more. You and Aspilicueta were probably like the only 2 people I could see in the team working together, trying to build a relationship, trying to do things together in the game. Play on the right hand side. The amount of times you guys were on the right hand side trying to do 1-2s, trying to bring each other in, play each other through, whether that's you giving it to SP or SP giving it to you. Yeah, man, it just if we're gonna be honest, it just wasn't good enough. It weren't. It wasn't good enough for me. You had a shot. Had a shot on target, but dribbles normally, like, you're very physical, but just didn't do enough. The attacking output yesterday just wasn't good enough, and that's the weak link. It doesn't matter how many good performances we have. If we don't put the ball in the back of the net, it will never be good enough. And until we get players that we can see that can score goals consistently, it's long because None of our attackers are really doing that much right now in terms of scoring goals on a game-to-game basis. My rating for Noni, I'm just gonna give him I'm gonna give him a 5.5. Then we have Joao Felix. Joao, feel for you, man. He was playing so many different positions on the left, on the right, up top, cam. It was peak for you. Easily your worst performance yesterday. But that doesn't come with some criticism. There's times where you are trying to get into a position where Dutch Fofana could easily have got a header, but you literally taking the ball away from him. And if he gets onto that, like if the ball comes to him, because if the ball comes to him, then it's different. We could maybe score. Your header didn't do anything. It took it wide, and it's just peak. Cause that's a big chance missed. It's peak. Literally right there, you miss it. Other than that West Ham goal, you missed so many different chances. How many chances did you miss against Dortmund? Missed a chance yesterday. We don't have a clinical striker. We don't have a clinical attacker that can score goals every single game. Apart from probably for me, like Raheem Sterling. anyone else in this team needs time. But Felix, you're meant to come into this team and do wonders. And yesterday just weren't good enough. A lot of that's down to Potter, mixing, matching you, putting you in different positions. I hear it. But still, man, sometimes you just got to do things by yourself because individuals will take the game by the scruff of their neck. But for me, overall, you just didn't have a good game. My rating for you, I'm just going to give you a 4. Mason Mount, dry. Mason Mount, you have not been playing good at all. At all. You have 2 games in a row maximum this season where we were saying, yep, Mason Mount was doing his thing. That's not good enough. That ain't where we are in this table. It's not good enough. And a part of this is the fact that we don't have enough characters, enough personalities in this team. Everyone will talk about how great we was under other managers, but for still being the same thing, we've lost how many different finals at Wembley with a lot of these players in the team, like a Mason Mount, like a Kai Havertz, like Aspilicueta, Chilwell, like fair enough we come against like who? Come against Leicester, come against Mans, we come up against Liverpool, Arsenal. Please tell me why we can't win no trophies. We're trying to establish a winning culture, and the culture that was before was dying. It was dying. The Abramovich culture was dying, fam. If I'm gonna be honest, it was dying. Like, and a part of this is down to me. And part of this is down to me, Samar, because damn man, I don't know what you're really doing this season. You ain't good enough. You are now people coming into this team, and now you're not getting a place in it because you just don't do enough. I don't know. People can say that, yep, like he ain't good enough, but he is. He was proving it the last 3 seasons, but this season it's been dead, and it's our worst season since 15 and 16. So like, there's only so much we can do. Mason Mount, you should have done way better in the second half. You literally, the ball came in. You missed the header. What are you doing? What? Please let me know. Please. There was a perfect ball. You could have easily scored, but no. That's down to Graham Potter as well because he took off Datro Fofana as well. If Datro Fofana was in that damn position, he could have scored that goal. Oh my days. Like, man, you're just not good enough right now. You ain't. You need to improve a whole lot more. And I'm sick and tired of coming back to the same thing, talking about you have to do better. Please do better, or else your place in this team won't be a place. You'll be on the bench. Because right now, we are crumbling and we can't look at anyone. We can't look at anyone that's going to try and save us. We can't look at anyone that's going to try and save us. Not you. No attacker right now. Sterling's the only one I can feel like that, yep, he can actually try and do something. Because when he came on in the second half, he was doing things. He's the only one right now. Datro Fofana, I can't put him in that mix because he's just started 1 game. He's 20 years old. We need to give him time. The same way if Amanda Broja was fit, he should be playing, because we don't have a striker that's going to be scoring goals for us. But yet we don't have people behind him that can score goals either. Mason Mount can't score goals on a consistent basis. Felix can't. Havertz can't. It's dry. It's absolutely dead. And the longer we go on about this, the longer this goes on, it's just the worse we will be. We need changes, but we're still trying to do things differently. We've made a lot of changes in this club, and we still need to make more, because whether people like to admit it or not, we was one of the dying breeds. We haven't been good consistently in the league since the last time we won the league. And the last time we won the league, we was playing 1 game a week. So how great is that when we still had Eden Hazard, Diego Costa, Cesc Fabregas, Courtois, all of these great guys that have previously won a Premier League title? Please. This right culture that was everyone screaming about the 19 years, the last couple of years, it was dying. If we didn't win the Champions League with Tuchel, what would the last time we'd have won a trophy? 2019, Europa League. We have to do a whole lot better. We have to do a whole lot better. Bro, we could say that about anyone. If I'm honest with you, we could say that about anyone. Felix, Mount, Havertz, Aubameyang. Who else? Everyone in this attack force needs to improve their finishing. We don't have a striker. We don't have someone that can score goals. Anytime we have ever done really well, we've had a striker that can score goals. The last season we got lucky because we had such a good run based on the fact that our defense and a lot of the players in our team were scoring goals. But most of them were not our attackers. That's one thing. Anytime we've ever won the league, we've had a striker that can score 20 plus goals. And if we're going to be honest, this is what the Chelsea fans really want. We want ourselves to be winning games so that we can win a Premier League title. But until we get a striker, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. Our defense right now, as bad as people make ours seem to be, we conceded less goals than a Man United. We've conceded less goals than a Man City. We've conceded less goals than Liverpool. Like, only Newcastle and Arsenal, who have conceded the amount of goals as us, can say that, yeah, we're doing this thing. It's the amount of goals we score. Let's just say, for one at the top, also looks like he could become an elite striker given time. Exactly, given time. Given time. But in this Chelsea fan base, you really got people who just say, oh yeah, that's sack Potter. We've given him long enough when he's been in charge for 5 months. Wow. It absolutely amazes me. Because we all know he's not Thomas Tuchel level. But yet in Thomas Tuchel's first 5 months, he was able to win the Champions League. How are you going to be holding him to the same regard as Thomas Tuchel when he ain't that same manager? He needs time as well. Like, everyone needs time. We're building a new structure here. The old board would have done what this board is doing right now. They never would have done it. There's pros and cons to everything. But if we're going to be honest, it's all going to take time. But a lot of Chelsea fans in this universe are for me, are too used to, yep, when the going gets tough, sack the manager. When the going gets tough, sack the manager. Because as bad as the players will do, they will never feel the pain. They will never will. Because when we get a new manager, we'll have a manager bounce. Oh, Havertz, he's scoring goals. Okay, well done, Havertz. Oh, Mason Mount, he's scoring goals. Well done, Mason Mount. Like, there's no cohesion. Bro, do you know what I'm trying to say? And let's deep it. Kante has missed every single game that Potter's been here. Kante has missed 33 games this whole entire season. How can we... Like if we're gonna be honest, how can we be thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna be doing things? We can't do things. We don't even have our best team. Happy birthday, bro.
Love, I see the message just now still. But love,
it's calm, bro. But yeah, my family, like, I'll be real to you. We need time. Look at Arsenal. All these Arsenal fans that are now bomb-sucking Arteta, whether that's like a Troops or whoever was chatting about Arsenal for a numerous amount of years. Where are they now? Where are they now? Who's chatting now? All of their fans are batty licking Arteta. Batty licking Arteta. That's what they're doing. But everyone is going to make it seem like Arteta came and he was, oh yeah, he's a great manager straight away. No, it's not the case. And on top of that, he was learning from Pep Guardiola. Like Graham Potter's had to build his way up from the ninth tier of football, like he said, all the way up, managing teams that no other manager would have ever managed, and then to get to this point, and you think it's gonna be rosy after 5 months. I honestly don't get it. It's as much as it's down to the manager, it's much down to the players as well, because players like Kai Havertz will not score goals. When we're drawing games 0-0 or 1-1, if Kai Havertz scores two of the big chances that he probably would have had in either game, we have 6 points. And who's chatting shit then? Who's chatting shit then? If we're going to be honest, who? No one. I'd be real to you, yeah. For me, United, like, what are your thoughts on us compared to United at the moment? United are just relying on Rashford. If we're going to be honest, they are just relying on Rashford because they're not a team that keeps clean sheets consecutive games, like 2-3 games in a row. They don't do that. They are relying on Marcus Rashford, who, if we're going to be honest, is having the best ever season in his whole entire life. He's never been playing this good. Never in his life. Rashford's ever been playing this good consistently. Never. He's been in the Premier League 8 years. 8 years. And only now people are going to say, oh, he's going to be in a conversation to be one of the best players in the world. You never said that before. No one ever said that. No, he was never been that good. So, like, they're feeding off one player. Literally. Like, the comparison, like, I can't necessarily compare a lot of things. But I'm just trying to talk about Man United right now. The thing about them is that they can score goals. We can't. If we was able to score goals, we wouldn't be in this position. But that's not down to the manager. Everyone will be talking about, oh, if Aubameyang was playing, or da-da-da-da-da. All of this and that. The same Aubameyang that played dead against Arsenal, didn't do nothing. The same Aubameyang that's missed bare chances. Like, what does he do on the pitch? People will be saying, oh, Aubameyang, he could score that. He's a finisher. Da-da-da-da-da. Shut up. Honestly. People like that actually just draw me, because at the end of the day, if you miss the chances, you're going to be blaming Potter anyway. That's it. We all know that Aubameyang ain't good enough. Why did Arsenal let him go? Because he ain't good enough no more. Not just because of his attitude, he just ain't good enough. And that's where we lack. Our defense is not shit. Our defense is good. It's our attack that is dead. And if we're going to be honest, other than N'Golo Kante, other than Reece James, other than Thiago Silva, who in their position can be classed as one of the best in the world? No one. No one at this point in time. No one. So that's what we have to work with. United have a lot of players. Bruno Fernandes could be considered one of the best in the world in his position. Marcus Rashford, defo can. Who else? Casemiro. Who else? Lisandro Martinez or Varane right now. And then look at who else? David De Gea. Like, he's cold. They've had like 5-6 men that they could rely upon that could be classed on the best in the world in their position, if we're gonna be honest. We don't have that. And it's like, did you like Modric's cameo? I'm going to be honest, yeah. I saw the cameo and we played better in the second half, but it's still just not good enough. I understand I'm trying to give him time, but if I'm just going to be real, it's just not good enough because we're not scoring goals. The attack force, it doesn't matter what you could do. We need to score goals. Man said, yeah, he only had a good cameo against Liverpool. Fair, it's true. He hasn't been playing consistently well. That's facts. He hasn't. We're going to be honest. He's been poor. Facts, bro. He has been poor. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him saying that, yeah, he's been playing good. The only thing that I will say is the same thing I'll say to Paul. Just give them time, because they're getting used to a new league and such. It's not going to be easy, and I'm going to be real. I can understand most Chelsea fans. I can understand Chelsea fans in this world saying, "Oh yes, we are not." I can understand we are frustrated. We are angry. Paul is to blame. Da 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 da. I'm not saying Paul doesn't have blame on him. I'm not saying he doesn't have blame on him, bro. Exactly. That's his worst performance that he had yesterday as well. Joao Felix, 100%. It's no cap. It's no cap. Even against Dortmund, he might have played well, but he just don't score. It doesn't matter. If we're gonna be honest, results are the only thing that matters in this day and age, because everyone will be talking about 2 wins in 15. That's what you'll be talking about. It doesn't matter how good people could play if we're not scoring goals. In a bit, Jono.
This is what we could put TV.
But yeah, I wasn't like the only attackers. I'm being honest. Yesterday, I was only impressed with our attackers that were Dacho Fofana and Raheem Sterling. That's it. I was only impressed with those two. Anyone else in that attack didn't do enough for me. Madueke didn't do enough for me. Mount, defo not. Felix, no. Havertz, he even pisses me off because he's getting into the box. Sterling played him in. He could have literally put on his left foot and put it into the bottom corner. He didn't shoot. Bare times he wants to pass the ball. I'm sick and tired of this guy because he absolutely ain't good enough. What is his position? He ain't no center forward. He ain't no cam because he don't get assists either. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired. More, it's facts. He didn't make no sense, and I don't understand why Potter is doing this. I don't. The only thing people can say is that, yeah, we played better in the second half. But I find it hard to believe that if we have Fofana on, we don't still play as good as we did in the second half. I find it very hard to believe. Fofana against South Africa don't make sense. Havertz shouldn't stay on the bench. Havertz should be staying on the bench for the rest of this season because he's dog shit. Last season, he was made out to be good because Lukaku is absolutely dog shit. If only when we have other people playing dog shit, will other players stand out better? But once we get good players in this team, Kai Havertz is gone. When Nkunku comes in the summer, Havertz shouldn't be here. Havertz shouldn't be playing. Facts. I don't care, fam. Them and they are pissing man off on a whole different scale right now because Graham Potter is getting so much criticism. And it's not down to just him. He's a problem right now because he hasn't done too many great things, but it's not just down to him. The players take responsibility. We are literally in the same period where we can't fight for a title since the last time we ever did was in 2016-17. Last season, people said, oh yeah, the teams that finish above Chelsea in the league, oh yeah, they should they will win the league. We finished 21 points behind the league leaders last season. Why? Because we don't have enough players that will score. People are going to be talking about, yep, we scored 75 goals or we scored 76 goals in the season. When we had Frank Lampard here with Tammy Abraham and all those guys, we scored literally 7 goals less. How are we paying 100 mil more for a player like Lukaku and have Champions League winners in the team, and we only score 7 more goals after spending 100 plus million with more attacking players? The attack is the biggest issue in this team, and is why we will never succeed. It's not just Graham Potter's fault. Once we get more attackers in this team, then I will be like, oh yes, it could be his fault. Because we have a great team at our disposal in the attack force. That's the facts. So, like, it's just so much pain right now for every Chelsea fan is pain. But this is what always was going to happen. It was always going to happen. Because when we're trying to change the culture, trying to build for the future, it's going to happen because we've never done this in the last 20 years. We never have. Everyone's going to be calling about a new manager this, a new manager that. There's no manager that's going to be an elite manager. Zidane, There's gonna be no Zidane, no Tuchel, no Mourinho. None of them is gonna be taking this job to deal with the youngsters that we have to try and build them into the players that we want them to be. That's what we're doing. There's no other people that's gonna be doing this. So, like, I just find it very frustrating as to why everyone's gonna be saying put her out, put her out. I'm not saying that he's not part of the issue, but like, there's much bigger problems, way bigger problems than him. But yeah, man, like I said, like Felix and Mount for my ratings, like I said, I'm gonna give them both 4. I'm gonna give them both like a 4. I'm gonna give Mount even a 3.5, even, or give them a 3.5. They just played dog shit. That's for Fofana, our best attacker. Actually, no, my fault. Our second best attacker. That's for Fofana. For me, you're gonna get a 6.5 because you was physical, direct. Kai Havertz could never play the way you play. Never. Couldn't play the way you played. For me, you need more time in this team. You have to play for the rest of the season. Kai Havertz should never play up top again in his life for us. Never. Graham Potter, if you put him as a striker, I cannot defend you. I can't defend you if you play Kai Havertz as a striker. I don't care if he can bring other people into the game. I don't give a damn. Because right now, results are the only thing that matter. And we have to get results. And more than results, and to get results, we have to score goals. Kai Havertz doesn't score enough goals. No. He never has, and he never will. He never have and never will. Dash Fofana, give him a chance. He's 20 years old. 20 years old. He needs time. We need to build for the future. We have nothing left to lose because people are going to be saying, oh, yeah, Chelsea, we might get relegated. There's no way in hell we're going to get relegated. The same reason why we could never get top 4, the same reason why we'll never get relegated. Because the teams in the relegation zone will never get enough wins by the time we could get losses or draws or whatever to put us in that position. It's impossible. The same way it's impossible for us to get to the top 4 or to get top 6 because we can't score goals on a consistent basis. That's the facts. That's just where it is. We're probably going to finish 10th or 9th at best, in my opinion. 10th or 9th at best, in my opinion. So, like, honestly, we've been here in the past. We had Eden Hazard, Diego Costa, all of these, man. We've been here in the past and we've been worse. We need to build for the future. These times, it will be quickly forgotten if next season we're not in Europe and we have 1 game a week and we're in a title race the same way Arsenal are right now. If we was doing what we're doing, ain't no one going to be chatting about Graham Potter. Everyone going to be licking us out saying, oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what they'll be doing. I'm patient. I'm waiting for Graham Potter to prove to me that when he has the team that he can do his thing. He's never been able to call upon our best team ever in his life at Chelsea Football Club. Never. So he needs time. The new players need time. Honestly, like our substitutes in this game, we made 6 subs because obviously Aspilicueta got taken off. Fofana came on. Wesley Fofana, big you up, Wesley Fofana, because you came on excellent. You was hard. Why? Another reason why we need to trust in the youngsters, because you guys are the future and we can build upon these things. We definitely can. 100% we can build upon these things. So, like, Fofana, great performance from you, bro. Great performance. Absolutely great performance from you. Honestly, you had a great game and changed up the defense. We played a lot more solid once you came on. Big you up. Raheem Sterling, you so close to scoring another goal line clearance. You played Kai Havertz in. If he takes a shot on his left-hand side, he can score that goal. That's an assist for you. Mason Mount, if he doesn't miss that header, he could probably score. Another assist for you. You did all of these things in 45 minutes. You could have had 2 assists and got 1 goal in the 45 minutes that you were on this pitch. Raheem Sterling is our best attacker. Our best attacker. No one in this team can do what he does consistently well. Cannot. He's probably our top goal scorer in all competitions, unless if maybe not, because Kai Havertz played way more games than him because he was injured. And for me, it's like Sterling has to play every single game. If Fofana doesn't play up top anymore, no Aubameyang, play Sterling up top or play Felix up top. We cannot have Kai Havertz as a striker no more. No. We cannot. He needs to sit on the bench. Mason Mount needs to hold the bench. Both of them. I'm sick and tired of these attackers. Kai Havertz came on, people would be making it seem like he had a great performance. He could have done way better. He didn't have a good enough performance for me. He could have got an assist for Sterling's goal. Fair enough, that's good play. He held up, he's done his body well. But guess what? 45 minutes ain't good enough for me. I know full well if it was a 9-minute match, you can't do everything because you haven't been. You are not playing well enough. You're not scoring goals. And you are a person who we spent a lot of money on, and you are not good enough. You are living off a Champions League goal, which was 2 years ago. You are not a player that can score 10 goals in all competitions. You are not. Because you haven't. Actually, no, my fault. Last season you did. I'm going to say it. Last season you did. But overall for me, you just don't. We played 63 games last season. For you to score 10 plus goals should be a given. But we really wanted 20 plus. No player could have given us that in 60 games. We are abysmal up top. And we have been for the last 5 years. We are not good enough. In the league, every team is getting better. And unless we stick to a plan, we won't be good. That's why this is the most important period right now. Why Chelsea fans, the ones that are staying loyal to Graham Potter, I will never forget you, because it's always easy to give up when the going gets tough. It's always easy, but it's harder to build something worthwhile. Nothing easy in this life comes easy. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. You need to grind for it. You have to. Grinding ain't 5 months. Grinding ain't 7 months. Grinding is years upon years. Day in, day out. Year in, year out. We are not even a year into Graham Potter. We are just about a year in to the new regime. We need time. It's a new era, and we need time. There's so many better teams. When Abramovich first came in, there was no teams other than Man United and Arsenal who could have ever competed with us. No one. We now have way more teams in this league. There's a top 6 for a reason. We have to do better, and it's only going to come when we have time. It's it. Thomas Tuchel, the same manager everyone wants to big up, said the same thing. We have the same problems because we have the same players. That's what he said in his press conference when we got battered by Arsenal 4-0 in pre-season. That's what he said. He knew. And we have tried to replenish as much of the squad as possible. We have, and we are going to do it even more next summer. We have to. We need to do a whole lot more, and I believe we will. I trust the board. I trust Graham Potter. We will do better. This season is finished. It's finished. The league season is a shambles. We knew this before the World Cup even started, based on the fact that our injuries and when players will come back, it's nearly impossible to amount a run. Nearly impossible. And now it's nearly impossible because we can't score goals. But that ain't new. That's not new. It ain't. So I'm just so sick and tired of these things. Every person that's not Raheem Sterling, Wesley Fofana, in the game where you came on yesterday, you didn't do enough. You didn't. So Conor Gallagher, Trevor Chalobah, Mikhailo Mudryk, Kai Havertz, you guys are not going to be getting a rating from me because you didn't do enough. I mean, that's not enough time on the pitch, or for me, I'm just not impressed. So you're not going to get a rating. Graham Potter, I'm going to do a rating for you. You, my friend, you're going to have to get like a 4 for me. These are key reasons why he will get a 4 from me. Bottom of the table, yeah. I really don't understand why Aspilicueta has to play. I really don't. I personally don't. I don't agree with Aspilicueta going to play. I don't. I don't agree with I don't agree with Kovacic starting. I don't agree with I don't agree with Mason Mount starting. I don't agree with Dutch Fofana getting taken off. I don't agree with you bringing Kai Havertz on for him. They might say yes, Sterling came on, whatever. I don't give a damn. Kai Havertz shouldn't be seeing the pitch after these recent performances. He shouldn't be seeing the pitch at all. I don't give a damn what he's been doing in training. I don't give a damn. His performances have been average at best consistently this season. He can't be in this team no more. He could come on for 10 minutes. That could be good enough. 45 minutes, half an hour, forget about it. I ain't having this no more. Because too many times are we going through these situations where the team just ain't good enough. Kai Havertz's dog shit can't be playing on the pitch no more. Dashon Fofana has to be starting every game. And if not, put Sterling up top. I don't care who plays up top. As long as it's not Havertz at this point in time. I really don't care. So for me, let's just dead that. Graham Potter, you was at fault because you rested guys. 20th, we should have got the win. And if Aspilicueta doesn't necessarily make that challenge, we don't lose the game. But the first half performance is all on you because that was abysmal. There was no togetherness in the team. I don't see how you allow a team to be put out like that. I don't know. It's very frustrating, and you are going to get criticism, and it's utterly deserved. Bottom of the table, I don't care if we have Reece James and Thiago Silva missing. We should be winning this game. But the fact that we looked more like individuals rather than a team, that's on you. That's on you. You should have done way better. Second half, fair enough, valiant effort. Team did well. The first half is where everything stems from. That was on you, Graham Potter. It was on you. There's been other things in the past where I put it on you. I'm not just going to be sitting here telling you we should be backing Graham Potter, act like he's done everything perfect. I am not that guy. I'll be calling him out for things that he would do. But overall, the problem is bigger than him. And if we're going to be honest, it's not going to get resolved this season. So, yeah, man, it's going to be tough. But it's just tough times. But, yeah, man, I can't lie. That's going to be it for me regarding this player ratings video for the Chelsea vs Southampton match yesterday. I'm going to come back on live tomorrow to chat to you guys if you want to have any questions as well, because it's better to talk, because to get this stuff out will make us a lot more better. And because a lot of places in this world right now are just bare toxic. It's negativity. We need to think of positives out here and think of the better. So I'm going to be coming back on here tomorrow to have a chat with you guys. If you want to join, feel free. Extra time, my bro Rishon. Love for you to come in and leave in your comments. Gamer Tag Tom, love for that, my bro. Appreciate everyone with the likes, the views. Means a lot to me. We now have 271 subscribers on the channel. The road to 1K is upon us, and hopefully we can get that before the start of next season. But I'll be back more regularly with more chats, and hope you guys just enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good Sunday. Try not to think about Chelsea too much. But yeah, man. Hopefully you guys have a good week next week as well. But I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm CFC Riddis Blue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. Love you guys. In a bit.